What's going on, everybody? KSA Kris, Real Estate Blitz here doing some videos for you. And want to do a quick one for you. One of my agents, Indira, she reached out to me today and she starts in, she says, Kris, I'm so excited. I said, fantastic. I love it when you're excited. She says, I had a cash investor call me. Or no, she called him. She was calling on inbound leads that came in through a FirePoint system. But this is typically what I hear from a lot of agents. This investor called me and says, he wants me to go out and find a list of foreclosure homes for him. I said, great. So what kind of investor is he? What do you mean? Well, what does he do? I don't know. He just says he's a cash investor. He buys houses. Okay. Looking for foreclosures. Yeah. In a really good market, right? He says, yeah. Okay. Knowing that there really isn't any shadow inventory or foreclosures that are being put on the open market by real estate agents, correct? What? Okay, that's fine. How much money does he have? Like, what kind of properties is he looking for? How much is he going to spend? Like, I don't know. All right. So what does this guy want? Just foreclosure properties. But I hear it all the time from other agents. This cash investor says he just wants to find distressed houses. Of course they do. They all want to find distressed houses. That's what flippers do. That's what buy and hold people do. That's what all investors do. So you need to ask questions. So really what we're talking about today is if a cash investor calls you or you run into a cash investor or somebody says that they're a cash investor, there's two things that I want you to think about. A, how do you qualify them to make sure they're the real deal? Because I'm telling you, man, there's a lot of people out there that are listening to podcasts and they've just decided, you know what? I'm a cash investor. They've never flipped a house. They've never wholesaled a house. They don't have any money in their bank account, but they've decided because they've listened to some podcast, now they're a cash investor. Now, here's the thing. They're probably underway. They're on the way to doing something, maybe great things, but just because they call you doesn't mean they're the real deal. So A, are they the real deal? B, what questions should you ask so you can actually serve an investor the appropriate way and ideally make a great business with this person? So like example, Adam, one of the guys on our team, he works with a lot of cash investors, almost strictly. One of his cash investors buys a minimum of 2 houses per month with Adam. I just got hit up for one, 900, and he's buying a house on the beach. Hold on, I'll tell you, because I just think it's a trip, dude. Purchase price of $970,000, ARV of $1.3 million. He's looking at doing $120,000 in renovation. So if you do the math on that, 70, 80, 90, he's going to be into it for 1.1 mil. And he's looking at doing $2 million plus in profit on this deal. It's a 3 to 5 month term, a 2-month rental period, and the days on market, 7 days. 7 days on market, baby. That's what's up. So Adam helps this dude find homes. Sometimes this dude finds homes on his own, and Adam turns around and lists these properties when they're renovated. They're completely renovated, and he gets it sold for. So how did he service this guy in order to have a long-term relationship imagine, wrap your head around this. Imagine if you had 12 investors like that, 12 investors that are going to buy and sell a house through you every month. That's 12 deals a year. Let's have some fun with this, man. Okay, so like really simple stuff. Okay, so I got 12, and let's say we got help. Let's break it down even less. 10 investors. Let's say you find 10 quality people. You know these investors, each one on the low end is going to do 12 deals per year. Well, again, you can look at 12 times 10 equals, it's 120 deals, right? So 120 deals just with working with investors. Could be yours by working with them every year. Now, if you do the math, so let's say out here in California, and every market's going to be different. So let's say you're actually giving these guys a discount. So let's just say 120 deals total. That's just 12 deals a year, one fashion or another, listing, either the list or the buy. And specifically, it's usually always a listing that we're always going to build in. So out here, let's say the average home price is $450,000. Okay, you're going to give them a discount. So let's say you're doing it at 4%, 4.5%, because they're doing a lot of volume with you. And that's typically what we do with our investor clients. They need to make a good profit. If they make a profit, we make a profit. So we're always going to give 2.5% to the buy side. So 2.5, 3.5, 4% is 1.5%, all the way up to 2% if you're at 4.5%. But let's just use 1.5%. Okay. So $450,000 minus 1.5% is going to be $6,750. Okay, $6,750 times 120 equals. That's $810,000 that you can make from just servicing investors. Okay, just from servicing investors. So again, I come back to the two things. How do you know if they're the real deal? In fact, I might do three things. This is going to be a long video, but you know what? I think it's a quality video. And I told Indira I would build this video for. We'll talk about first of all, we'll talk about how do you find investors, quality investors. Second, we'll talk about how do you qualify somebody that reaches out to you that says they're an investor. And then the third thing that we're going to talk about is what questions should you ask in order to really service an investor appropriately, and what should you be giving them to ensure that they're being served the right way so they'll keep using you. So the first one, how do you find good quality investors? This is what I would recommend to you. First things first, if you're a real estate agent and you want to start working with investors, you need to Google it. You can either Google it, Real Estate Investor Association, wherever you are, San Antonio, Real Estate Investor Association, Southern California, whatever it's going to be, wherever you are, do that. Google that. Look for a Real Estate Investor Association. I'm working, son. You know the rules. Okay. Every video I've done, you guys have shown up. So please leave. I love you. Not while I'm working. Thank you. So every area is going to have some type of investor association, investor group, or meetups where they're going to meet up once a month. 9 times out of 10, the people that are showing up to those groups and associations are the real deal investors. You should be going to every freaking one. Next, you're going to want to jump on Facebook and you're going to start looking up investor groups in your area. Same thing. So there's groups, just like in real life, there's groups on Facebook that are also kind of real life. And you're going to jump and join those groups and start letting people know. I help people buy and sell homes. I'm willing to work for you. Are you looking for houses, distressed, etc.? Okay. Now, the last thing I would tell you, jump on something like Bigger Pockets. Bigger Pockets is pretty freaking amazing. They actually have a breakdown by state, by area, all over the place. I'll tell you of these different groups that you can meet at. What you're going to do is, as you start going to these groups or you start digging in through Facebook, you're going to find out who and what people do what as far as real estate and investing in your area. That's how the best way to start. It's not how you'll continue to progress, but it's the best way to start. Okay, now, second one, how do you qualify somebody as if they're an investor? You got to ask them a lot of questions. Typically, the qualifying questions are going to be a lot of the same questions I'm going to ask somebody if I'm going to service them. So if somebody reaches out to me and they say, hey, I'm a real estate investor, I'm a cash buyer, and I'd like you to find me whatever they're going to say. So in Indira's situation, I need you to find me, what did she want? Foreclosures. First off, a little bit of market knowledge is going to help you a lot here. Okay. And I'll talk about why I giggle when I hear the word foreclosures. I'm going to write it down. Okay. So the first thing I do is say, fantastic, dude. Like, so what kind of flipping do you, what kind of investing do you do? What kind of real estate investing? Because here's the thing, there's a ton of different types of real estate investing. So first thing, hey, great. Thanks for reaching out to me. I really appreciate it. What kind of real estate investing do you do? Oh, well, what do you mean? Are you a flipper? Are you a wholesaler? I always throw in wholesaler. Because a lot of people will say, oh, I'm a flipper, but they're really wholesalers. And trust me, I want to know the difference. I don't mind working for wholesalers or working with wholesalers, but I don't want them to lie to me and say they're flippers when they're really wholesalers, and they're going to screw me and my reputation in order for them to try to get a deal. Try being the key word. Okay. So are you a flipper? Are you a wholesaler? Are you buy and hold investor? Are you are you a developer? Are you a spec builder? Are you a note investor? What do you do? And then shut up and listen. Well, I'm a flipper. Great. So what typically, how much do you like to pay for a home? For your flips, like what's your price ranges? Oh, well, so first off, if it's somebody that says this, they're usually not the real deal. Oh, well, money's not a problem. It's really anything that's a deal. Could that be true? It could be, but usually that's a red flag to me. Niches make riches, and for almost every investor that I know, to include myself, they know what they like to flip. Hey, man, I like to be in this area, because I ask them, well, what areas? So, hey, you guys taking notes? Make sure, if you haven't taken notes on this, I'm going to bounce around, so make sure you're taking notes. So one of the questions, what area do you want to be in? What areas? Oh, well, anywhere. Red flag. to me, it's immediately a red flag. It makes me ask more questions. However, typically somebody's gonna say, dude, I really like El Cajon. I really like Lakeview, Lakeside. I really like this market. I like these markets. Great. How much are you looking to spend on a flip? Like what's your price points? Typically, man, I don't want to spend any more than around 400,000, 500,000 maximum on a house. And I want to be able to sell the house for 600,000. Great. Usually, somebody that knows what their numbers are. So this thing, a real deal flipper specifically, and also buy and hold investor, they know their numbers. They know how much money they got. They know they've flipped enough homes to where they're like, they know their sweet spot, man. Now, a lot of these guys, if they're the real deal, they're willing to look at other stuff. So example, the deal I just told you with Adam, that guy, he's willing to do cheaper homes. He likes cheaper homes, but he's also willing to do more expensive homes. But that's part of questions. If they say, I'm really open to anything. Great, I hear what you're saying, but if I'm going to go out and start working for you and really hunting, I really want to start off with, searching for a thing. I don't want to just throw out there, 100,000 to like 1 million, 2 million. So kind of, what areas do you like? Okay, great. So as far as a house, like what are your numbers? How do your numbers work? How much are you looking to make off of each property, gross profit or net profit? Some people like to work that way. I have an investor. He says, dude, as long as there's 150,000 gross profit on the bone, I'll buy it. Okay, great. I have some investors say, well, it's less about that and it's more about a percentage. If I'm going to buy the house and it's as is condition, I want to make sure there's 20% equity in the home. I want to make sure there's 30%, 40%, 50% equity in the home. Less repair. Or they say repair isn't really a big deal. See what I'm saying? So these are the questions. I hope you're taking notes. These are the questions you need to ask. And as you're asking this stuff, if your mind's starting to fry a little bit, if you're starting to get a little burnout based off of what I'm saying, well, here's the thing. Somebody that's not the real deal will start frying too, which means they're a freaking faker and a liar. And this is the thing. A lot of people are being coached through podcasts and YouTube channels to go out and find people that are suckers, real estate agents that are suckers, that are usually green real estate agents, to make them do a ton of work, to comp houses, to search for stuff for them, to go and do video walkthroughs for them and all this other crap, and they'll never buy a freaking house off of them. They'll never list or sell a house with them. And if they do, they're trying to beat them down on their commission, even though you've been busting your ass and working your ass for them. They're going to try to take you to the freaking cleaners. They don't know what the hell they're doing, or they're going to ruin your reputation because they're going to come up with, well, I want to write an offer this way. And let me tell you, when myself or my wife, Kim, who was my agent when I was a full-time investor, that's all I did before I started a real estate team. When we see these contracts, I'm like, dude, red flag, red flag, red flag, red flag. This is a wholesaler. Fuck no, we are not selling to this guy. We just won't do it. We will tell our clients, do not take this offer. Here's why. Or I'll just call them up and say, is your client a wholesaler? Okay, we're not doing that, dude. We're looking for oh, no, he's not a wholesaler. Great. Where's his proof of funds? Okay, on top of his proof of funds, what kind of portfolio does he have? How many properties has he sold? I'm not giving you $5. You guys got to go find that $5. I don't have to give you guys ice cream money every day. It's not my responsibility. My responsibility is to feed you. My responsibility is to clothe you. My responsibility is to give you a house and to make you a good citizen in the United States of America. It is not to give you $5 every day for ice cream, especially when we have ice cream in the freezer. Right? We got ice cream in the freezer. I don't mind giving you ice cream money every now and again. It should not be an expectation that daddy gives you ice cream money. Not only that, but that's expectations for anything, buddy. You shouldn't expect, especially as you get older, that I have to give you something. I have to give you certain things, but I don't have to give you stuff that you just want. I'll give you the stuff that you need. Okay? Deal? There's ice cream in the fridge. I'm not buying you ice cream today. Okay. For those of you, if you're watching that and you think that's tough parenting, I don't care. My children, I want to make sure that they understand that the expectation of what I have to give them because I have money, my money is my money. I will always meet their needs. I will do everything I can to make them good American citizens for this country when they're old enough to become adults. But I do not want them to get used to, oh, daddy's got money. I'm not going to work hard because I'll just ask my dad for money. I don't like the expectations, man. I think too many people do it in this country, and that's why a lot of children are spoiled brats that refuse to leave their parents' house and live in the basement and soak off of them. It's gross. So I'm not doing it for my kids. I don't care what age they are, how cute they are. And he's crazy cute. It's not doing it. Okay, so going back to the investor stuff. So you're going to ask them all those questions that I've already said in order to start qualifying them. But these are the same questions that you're going to want to ask to an investor that you're actually wanting to service and work with. So, do you like 2 bedrooms, 3 bedrooms, obsolescence properties, 2 bedroom, 1 bath, knowing that it's really a 2 bed or 3 bed, 2 bath houses that are selling? What areas do you want to be in? What are your price points? How much equity do you want to have in the home with or without repairs? Do you want light repairs or are you good with heavy repairs? Big deal, big difference, right? Do you want light repairs or heavy repairs? How long are you using private money or are you using hard money? Are you using your own money? Because all those things have effects on prices because hard money and private money cost money. Are you looking to purchase the home on a first with hard money and then back a second with private money for the construction, for the renovations? Fantastic. How many days on market are you looking for on the property? Awesome. How long are you willing to hold that property? Because that's important too. Is it a 5-month turn, 6-month turn? Because some people can't buy a house, renovate a house, and then let it sit on the market for 6 months in order for it to sell for them to make a profit. They'll actually lose the house. They'll go under. So these are all things that you need to be asking. And as you're asking these questions, it's going to give you either red flags or indicators that these people are the real deal. Okay. Once you find those real deal investors, get to work, take guidance, and don't be afraid to tell them that you don't know how to. So tell them. So like one of the investors we work with, he's very specific. Hey, when you get on the MLS, I want you to look for this type of thing in this area. That's exactly what I'm looking for. If you can find it, I'm going to buy it. Great. Or just say, outside of what hey, do you know, here's the thing, I'm willing to invest in you. What are you doing right now that's bringing you deals? What are you doing right now? How are you getting your renovation properties right now? How are you getting your deals? How are you getting your buy and holds right now? How are you getting them? Okay, so you're getting them off the MLS. Oh, okay, so you're getting them from direct mail. Oh, okay, you're getting them from door knocking. Oh, okay, you're getting from wholesalers. Fantastic. Now here's the thing: if you want, I can work with all these same people for you, and or do a lot of these same things. Or if you want, we can invest together. Like I'll put in some money, and you put in some money, and we'll go out and find some of these renovation deals as long as you give me all of the listings when they're renovated. How's that sound? Would you like to have that conversation? Because here's the thing: a lot of our investors actually invest money with us for marketing so we can go out and find them more renovation deals. Come on, man, get creative. But anyways, I'm hoping this video, granted, it was a lot longer than expected. And I'm probably going to start doing some longer videos because I'm not able to get out enough information in a 5-minute video for some of these topics that are a lot more complicated. So I'm still going to try to keep my videos short because I know people like it. But for the more complicated videos that is really more information, more content, I just am going to start doing longer videos. In fact, I might do a couple videos that are just an hour long. And I just think if I genuinely want to help more people, I can't always help in 5 minutes. I got to take the time to really start breaking stuff. So that's all I got today. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate it. I hope this helped. If it did, do me a favor, leave a comment. Let me know it helped. If it didn't, or you're still confused, leave a comment. I want to know why you're confused so I can either do another video or I can reply directly to you, or I can just call you. I call a lot of people on their cell phones. If they're confused, I don't mind. I'll call you. I called one guy. It freaked him out. I called him at his office. I'm like, hey, what's going on? Is whatever his name was? Says, yeah. Says, hey, this is Kris from the Real Estate Blitz. And I saw your comment, and man, I couldn't write out all the information. I figured I'd just call you at your office and talk. And he's like, holy crap, I didn't think you'd ever call me. I was like, yeah, dude, I want to help. That's why I'm here. So do me a favor, like, share, comment. Make sure you subscribe. If you haven't subscribed yet, subscribe to my channel. I appreciate it. It gives me a lot of motivation. And it's funny because in the beginning, when people are watching this, like, man, I wish you'd sell a product so I can pay you money. I've been doing this for free for a while because I want to help real estate agents. Well, it turns out now YouTube pays me, which is kind of cool. Like it pays me pretty good too. So whenever you watch a video or you subscribe to a video or you share a video, YouTube pays me more money. So like if this is really helpful, dude, subscribe to my channel so I can make more money. It's actually really nice because it's like, that's my fun money for my family. I take them out on vacations and stuff when I get my YouTube check. So that's all I got today. Appreciate you. And I'll talk at you later. Have a good one.